it's okay for you to refuse admissions, but you have no business to say what if you are in Kargil. No, because people like us are standing in Kargil and those minus 40 temperature guarding this nation, and others can be in an air-conditioned room in a school, they can have the business.
Yeah.
So you can't question that. That's a questioning an integrity of a soldier. I'm a soldier by choice, I'm an engineer by trade, and educationist by passion.
Once upon a time, there was a bright young boy with a sharp mind. He was a voracious learner, but due to his adverse socioeconomic conditions, he had to face a lot of discrimination. He found it difficult to pursue his education. But by then, his teacher came to his rescue. His teacher recognized his potential and took a keen interest in him. The teacher encouraged him to complete his education against all odds. And later, this very prodigy went on to write the Constitution of India. As you may have guessed by now, the child was none other than Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and his teacher was Krishna Keshav Ambedkar. This story epitomizes the impact a teacher can have on a child. From nursery to graduation, teachers hold the unique position of shaping us as individuals. They motivate us to go above and beyond and achieve our dreams. Hello everyone, and welcome to Skill Tree Education Evangelist of India, Season 3, powered by Great Place to Study. Today, we will meet one such evangelist whose inspiring story and dedication towards his students are impacting the lives of hundreds of children. We have amongst us the founder and chairman of Mount Litera Z School, Dr. Joseph Thomas. Hello sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Then.
Now, what's interesting about you is I can address you as Dr. Thomas because it's not every day we have someone who's an education evangelist who's also served the country in the army.
It's true.
Right? And you were in our Indian army for how long?
20 years.
Yeah, so we have someone on the show with a very, very interesting background which tells you that people from different backgrounds can go on to do different things, right? But right now, you are running Mount Litera School in Mysore, right? So, people would be very interested that how can an army man run a school?
Thank you, Chetan. It's indeed a great honor and privilege to be here, especially with you.
Thank you.
And at the same time, to be recognized on a national platform like this for all the hard work went into establishing Mount Litera Z School. It's so special. So many people ask this question, how a soldier and corporate leader and educationist. So my simple answer is, I'm a soldier by choice, I'm an engineer by trade, and educationist by passion. And that's my journey. It started long back. I served in the Indian Army for 20 years. Started from IPKF, which is Peacekeeping Mission in Sri Lanka. Went on to serve Kargil War, OP Vijay. And then during the same time, I also had an opportunity to work with His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and the DRDO team. And we are during the Pokhran 2 nuclear test. My team is responsible to provide the telecommunication network on the desert. After Kargil, we installed the satellite communications in all the posts we captured in 35 posts. And that was one of the biggest reasons for Kargil, because there was no communications to inform the army headquarters something happening on those posts. So I met a guy, Flight Lieutenant Emmanuel from Bangalore, and he was from the HFCL telecom side. And I was in charge from the army on establishing these satellite links. And we worked together for almost 2 months. During this course of time, he told me, Joseph, I need people like you in the company. After my retirement, 20 years, I joined his company called Sykes. It's a US-based call center, and I was HR manager, and there's no looking back. So over the period of last 15 years, I worked in a company called LSI Technologies, LinkedIn, which is Microsoft, and Uber, which recently, and in the senior management role as head of Asia Pacific. And I learned so much, and this was my calling on education, and that's what I'm here.
So to leave that to run a school, you are saying it was a calling, like you literally felt that this is what you have to do.
Some of the small incident which I want to recall today, because after Kargil, as 2002, I remember the exact date, 15th May 2002, myself and my wife, with great difficulty, we got an opportunity to meet with the principal of a reputed school in Bangalore for admission of my child, kindergarten. So she was kind of very angry and very upset, and she refused to give admissions because we are coming late and there was deadline is over. I explained to her, ma'am, I was in Kargil for last 3 years and I just got discharged from service only last week. And Saturday I reached Mysore, and today is Monday, I'm here in front of you. But the question, she's had an audacity of asking me, what if you're in Kargil? That's my real encounter of a civilian world, dealing with reality.
Not all civilians are like that.
Yeah, that was my first experience. I'm
Yeah.
just out from the army. That's my first experience, and that triggered me. And I decided that day, I will start a school one day where no child will be deprived of an admission to schools, and special care will be given to people from the armed forces. We have free education for army children, and all
Free?
the staff absolutely free. And that's my giving back to my service.
Wow, that is excellent. Just to let you know, I did my entire schooling in the Army public school. I have a lot of respect for the Army, and so do most people, I think. But it is interesting you saying that one incident, and we've all faced it.
It's okay for you to refuse admissions, but you have no business to say, what if you are in Kargil? No, because people like us are standing in Kargil and those minus 40 temperature, guarding this nation, and others can be in an air-conditioned room in a school, they can have their business.
Yeah.
So you can't question that. That's a questioning an integrity of a soldier. You cannot question somebody, what if you're in Kargil? No, we don't question. When I'm standing there, I'm not questioning why me.
Yeah.
No, right? So at least we expect so much from of the community. Don't question us. If you can't help us, it's all right. But don't question our integrity. What if you're in Kargil? It's a wrong question.
Yes. Let's have a look at something related to that. I have a video for you.
I feel privileged to lead an exciting and vibrant Mount Litera Z School, Mysuru. We offer great opportunities for our young blooming buds at our place and provide our students the best curriculum based on critical attributes. Most important personality living and fulfilling the dream called Mount Litera Z School and St. Anthony's International School is a great visionary, educationist, a source of inspiration and motivation. Our chairman, Dr. Joseph Thomas, an army veteran. We are tagged Great School, Great Future, filled with hopes and promises to keep the banner flying at soaring heights.
It's an absolute pleasure to work here in this great school, Mount Litera Z School, the education landmark and the most sought after school in Mysore city. We are a young school, just 7 years old, and in this short span of time, we have had tremendous growth as an institution. We owe this success to our dear founder and chairman, Dr. Joseph Thomas, who is at the helm, steering the entire team in the right direction. Dr. Joseph Thomas believes in excellence in everything and everything with excellence.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic,
very
yeah.
nice. You have worked in top corporates, you've worked in the army, but opening a school is a different animal. It's one thing to get angry and say, I'll open one day, but when you actually go out, so you must have faced many hurdles. What were some of the hurdles you faced and how did you overcome them?
Education is still a non-profit, and in that context, everything comes along with a lot of outdated laws. On a lighter note, I tell people it's easy to fight Kargil war than fighting this battle with this bureaucracy.
Of course.
There are so much of red tapeism, bureaucracy, decision-making process. The biggest obstacle is today converting an agricultural land to an educational purpose. I'm telling each other, it takes 2 years with so much of correction and follow-up. Once you start the building and the rest of things, then getting permission from education board from a district level, the taluk level to a state level, you just name it. There are so many layers and everybody is sitting not to help you because people see in a different context.
There are many problems, but what according to you needs to be fixed on an urgent basis?
The world is changing so fast, but not education sector. It's high time government come up with the policies which is to prepare students for the future.
What have you tried to do in terms of new age policies or new age methods in your own school?
We also invested a lot on our own proprietary pedagogy called Litera Octave, which is prepare children for the future, because we talked about 21st century skills. And we also have something called emerging student profile, because teachers are trained to identify the children based on those skill set and make the profile so that every child will not understand by one-way teaching. Every child is born unique and they have a unique potential. They're not same. So that one-way teaching doesn't work. The teacher needs to be trained and understand what works. Don't force them to learn what you're teaching. Most of our curriculum is designed based on activity-based learning, so that children, because you need to create an atmosphere or education should be enjoyable.
I think we have some message on this related to what you just said.
Okay.
So maybe just...
As a teacher working for Mount Litera Z School, Mysuru, I feel a sense of contentment and happiness. It is indeed a matter of immense pleasure to be associated with Mount Litera, which caters to the needs of every student who enters this heaven of knowledge. Our guiding star, Dr. Joseph Thomas, has a deep imprint of his personality on all of us. He has taken keen interest in equipping us with the armor of technology, which has greatly diversified our teaching experience.
We feel so glad to work under the guidance of our chairperson, Dr. Joseph Thomas, an inspiring personality praised by all known individuals in the society. Sir has provided us a great platform where our facilitators and children grow a holistic environment for students as well as for all teachers. Our curriculum is entirely child-centered, where children and teachers technically equipped with all amenities to be a great scholar in their future endeavor.
Yeah.
Wonderful, yeah.
That's great. You think your army training, whatever you learned there, some of it you try to incorporate in your school as well?
I think it's a good question. So I give all the credits, whatever I'm there, to my army training, because one thing army teach you to be, believe in yourself and do whatever you want to do, because nobody can stop it from what you want to achieve it. And I'll tell them clearly, if you serve even 5 years in the army, once you come out, you'll be 10x ahead of a lot of other folks in the market, because that's the power of an army.
Anything I might have missed out, or anything you want to say, or any message you have for people who are watching?
I'm always focused on youth of this country. And I also tell them they're all blessed to born in this great country, because with whatever the problems we have, nobody can come closer to India, because we are a great country. And at the same time, I also admit today's youth are much smarter and talented than us in our generation. But the problem is distraction. You go with your instinct, go with your belief, and whatever you want to do it, you should do it. Because there's a lot of examples. Don't go with what your parents want to do, rather pursue a dream what you want to do. So it's important, you need to think big, and you need to dream big, and don't stop until you get there. But my caveat in this whole process is, think about serving the nation at least for 5 years during this course of your planning, because you have a long way to go. 5 years in the army or any forces what you want, it can give you a different experience together. Donning an army uniform, in the military uniform, or these medals, I think this is a great different satisfaction. You can't get this in the market. You have to earn it. You have to give your blood. You have to sweat it out to earn this one. And that confidence and that satisfaction other jobs cannot give you. So go for it, and I wish you all the best to our youth of the country.
That's great. That's a nice message. One last ritual, we take a picture over there at the picture wall, and I give you a memento. So if you can just accompany me there.
Thank you, Jitin.
Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. With these profound words from Nelson Mandela, we wrap up yet another engaging episode of Education Evangelist of India. I'm your host, Chetan Bhagat, signing off for now. Keep watching Skill Tree Education Evangelist of India Season 3, powered by Great Place to Study, and it is streaming now on ForbesIndia.com.